Hello there. Welcome to Five Figures. Today I am very excited. I finally got my Wave 4 Super 7 Club Grayskull, and I am just thrilled. I don't know if I would love to say that, oh yeah, it was totally worth the 1 year wait for the pre-order to have these things manufactured, but you know what? It might be, because I'm super thrilled. I'm going to start off first. Oh, gosh. You know what? Let's start off with the reason I bought this whole wave. The one that sold me on it was I could get a Filmation Shadow Weaver. I have wanted this figure forever, but the original Mattel version, she brings about $200 on the market used, and I could get the whole wave for $200. So that's basically what I did. And the other figures are just kind of incidental. This was the one I wanted. Shadow Weaver has no articulation from the waist, well, from the boobs down. We're just going to say that. This is one solid piece. It is beautifully formed. I had no idea she had a butt. She does. But this is a character I've always loved. She talked really creepy. She floated around, hence this plastic stand that lets her float. She's got Club Grayskull, Motu Classics type articulation. So she gets a wrist rotation, a single jointed elbow, and a ball joint at the shoulder. Not a lot of head movement. You do have a ball joint in there, but with her cloak, it kind of inhibits a lot of movement. And then you get a pretty good mid-torso crunch swivel type thing. Not the most articulated figure. Doesn't matter. I don't give a crap. I love this thing. I am so happy to have it. It is, like I said, this is something I have wanted forever. Since I was little, and I don't even remember them making one. But you know what? This makes up for it. This is the Filmation version of it, and it is just fantastic. I am so thrilled. Ooh, there is a waist rotation too, I guess. I did not notice that. But yes, it is there. Anyway, so that is Shadow Weaver. I can't even express how thrilled I am with that. The other one in this wave that really grabbed me was Katrina here. Because as I pointed out, and as my wife agreed, though I have like a massive action figure collection, if you want proof of that, just check out my awesome action figure collection video. It's my entire collection in the room. Even though I have a crap ton of figures, I don't have anything that looks like this. This is so cartoony looking and so poppin'. I don't know, it's bizarre. It has a different aesthetic than like anything I've ever had. I've had Catwoman figures, I have feline women figures, Cheetara figures and stuff like that, and just nothing looks like this. She's got amazing ball joints at the thigh, no upper thigh cut or anything like that though. Single jointed knees, single jointed elbow, or ankle, but it also has a swivel. She has a very well hidden mid-torso rotation, and I don't think there's there's no waist rotation. Regular ball jointed shoulders that are well shaped, upper bicep swivel, and single jointed elbow, and she does have not only wrists that swivel, but they also hinge and do that number. Nice ball joint on the neck, great range of motion, and mostly it's not the most dynamically posable figure, but it's all about the aesthetics. She does have tail articulation as well. This thing is just beautiful. It is so striking. I've got a lot of Motu Classics. I didn't ever think of them as super striking. These are really striking. Next up, I'm going to go to Roboto. This is one I was like, I take him. I'm not like crazy about him. He is really cool in hand. He comes with a couple of different robot accessory hands. He has no articulation in the torso because it's a clear thing with gears. Ball joint shoulders, upper bicep swivel, single jointed elbow. Pretty standard stuff for a Motu Classics. He does have wrist pivot as well as rotation, which is I think a new feature for these guys. Single jointed knees, single jointed ankle, with a rocker and a nice ball jointed on the hip. And it does circle in there. It's got a rotation in it too up at the top. The head is a little weird. It doesn't turn any farther than that. Like I can't get it to rotate anymore. And it looks up and down a little bit. But, you know, aesthetically, he just really pops. And like I said, these things aren't so much about their articulation, everything like that. They are well articulated in my opinion. It is so much about the just ultimate toy feel of these things. And man, does it pop. This is Stratos. He's got weird like feather things on his arm. Comes with 2 different rocket packs. And I love his spear thing. His trident. His head doesn't move much. Like we get almost no tilt at all. It just rotates. But I do think it will go all the way around. Yeah, it does. So he does come with a nice ab crunch, which none of the others do, it seems like. And I really appreciate that because that is my favorite point of articulation is a good ab crunch. That just plugs in. And other than that, he's got all the same articulation as the rest of them. Single jointed elbows, wrists that swivel and pivot. And of course, just aesthetically speaking, he looks awesome. Single jointed knees. I would say his upper thigh cut is a little bit odd. I don't know if his underwear aren't quite long enough or what, but I've noticed that like I get this like cutaway effect here that I don't know. It doesn't look the best. A little bit on the odd side. I'm not like madly in love with that. He does have an upper boot rotation too, which I don't think the others, yeah, nobody else does. So yeah, I don't know why he deserves an ab crunch, but I have noticed that as far as like figures that I thought were all extremely similar, the articulation is much different from figure to figure than I thought it would be. But anyway, and the last one I'll look at in my video here, because it is just 5 figures, is Modulok. Now this is one I had absolutely no interest in. He just kind of came with the set. I've always thought this character just looks like a mess. But getting it in hand, I find that if I'm just sitting on my couch, this is the one I pick up and mess with because, oh my gosh, is it fantastic. He's got 3 legs, all of which have pretty decent articulation. You've got pivot and swivel on all of the ankles. You've got ball jointed knees that all go different directions. I guess that's just on the back. These are single jointed knees. Why was I thinking this one was different? He's got like the rear leg though is just up and down. It doesn't do anything else. These are on ball joints and they swivel around. So that is inconsistent and kind of weird. And the whole gimmick with Modulok, and he's got a nice ab crunch too, waist rotation. You can move his stuff around. So like, I can pop this off here. Maybe. There we go. You can pop his head off. Heads off. Pop one head off. You can go one head. You can swap his hands out. He did come with extra hands, and he also came with weird like formed weapons, like hammers and stuff for hands. I just love these claw hands though. The fact that they match these white claws and they go with the toes and they go with everything like that. The dude just looks freaking sick. But you can run him with either head. I do kind of prefer the single-headed look, but then I don't know which head I like better because he looks just nuts with either one. So going with 2 is pretty much what I've been leaving it at. He's got pretty good range of motion all the way around, but like I said, for being a figure I really didn't care about in this wave, I'm massively impressed, and he really brings it in for me. So I'm very happy with him. Very happy with the whole line. I was really concerned how Super 7 would do. I've never bought anything from Super 7 before, so these are the first. And I'm going to leave Shadow Weaver in the front because she is far and above my favorite character from this wave. Absolutely love this thing. Super happy to have it. Super happy to have all of them. But yeah, anyway, that is all I've got. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you later. Bye.